Listen very closely to what I'm about to say. Your high income, or your desire to have a high income, only matters because the things that really matter to you have been privatized. When you think about the things that really matter to most people: housing, safety, stability, education, community, those are the things that typically matter the most to most people when you really get down to the brass tacks. Our housing is directly correlated to the level of education that our children receive, and likely correlated to the education that we have ourselves. The housing that our children receive is correlated to how much our houses cost and the property taxes for those things. The same thing goes with safety. The more that you pay into a system, the safer the area typically is where you live. None of these things are inherently true. They have become true because of privatization, which means it requires more of your money to get these things that you want. So then what happens is people will begin to vote and lead societies into things that are more individualistic to try to get more money for themselves so they can then afford the things that they really want. The key word there is afford the things personally that they really want. So what does that do? It makes people vote for things that are very individualistic. It makes people vote for things that are the antithesis, the exact opposite of what community needs to function properly. You don't really want a $150,000 a year salary. You feel inclined to need to aspire to that so you can get housing, so you can afford school for your children, so you can be in an area that you think and feel is safe. The money is secondary, but what happens is the system that we have created has made the money primary. The good news is that it does not have to stay that way. When you are aware of the forces at work, and when you are aware of exactly what makes the system function in the way that it does, you can begin to make different decisions. I want this to be something that influences the way that people look at voting, the way that people look at politics, policy, politicians. Pay attention to the underlying methods and the underlying information that's being pushed with these bills or with certain politicians. As we begin to continue to go down the path of more individualism, when people want to try to vote for and or do everything that they can to get more money for themselves, it encourages